He'll kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Flores. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll try the left side. They start the afternoon with a run, and it goes nowhere.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
With the catch, it's Thomas. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Now adjusting. Got a little space. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the gun, running back on the move. Creates a little room. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's at the 20. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now.
This guy strikes fears into the hearts of every defensive coordinator, David, with that speed. If you give this guy any open grass, man, he's gone.
It's just silly. Look at the angles, people trying to catch him, but he's got so much juice. He can outrun those angles and make enormous plays.
The Bruins will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He wants to throw it. Trying to bowl his way in. Touchdown, Bruins. The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And I love this offense and the way they started this football game. Listen, last week be dang, okay? Forget last week. Nice job coming out, setting the tone in this ball game, putting a long drive together, and getting a touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The give to the back. Oh, he's got a chance. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. Not sure if you guys saw this, but they had a big-time 4-star running back give a verbal commitment last week. What's his transition going to be like, David?
First of all, everybody saw it. It's all over social media, right? The excitement of landing a guy of that caliber. And just, I mean, that creates excitement in the whole recruiting class in this next cycle.
Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Might be be changing the route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Using the quick game. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football.
There he goes. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll try the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's at the 50. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, UCLA. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's St. Clair. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. And the Buckeyes come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. Runs for the tackle. Still on his feet at the 45. Flying out to the left. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
But, I mean, what a huge game for this offense. You're always trying to find ways to get your playmakers in space. And when you create a hole like that, Palmer, good Lord, anybody's going to be able to run through. Then you just keep.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Man, you see all the time this running back has spent in the weight room this offseason. Did you see that stiff arm? He just pile drive that defender into the ground, get off me, and he's able to walk in for the score.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Flores. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. It's picked off, and that's number 10. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
The defense thought in this game they were going to have an opportunity to pick some passes off. And what a great job. Down deep in the opponent's territory, he jumps the route, he intercepts it, and returns it now inside the 5-yard line, setting his offense up in beautiful field position.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield.
just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Going right to work up top. Rush is on him. He'll pull it down and run. And he will wisely scamper out of bounds. No need to take unnecessary hits.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Iamaleava. Bringing the heat. That pass is intercepted, but he's out of bounds, so it'll go down as an incompletion and a stroke of good luck for the quarterback.
Well, the defender looked like he ran that route for the QB. He was anticipating where the football was going to. Great job plucking it. Just couldn't get a foot back in bounds. Otherwise, that's a pick.
Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella. Continue to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to it.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Keeps it going. He's going to run it. Finds a man on the right. Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. These defenses were reeling in the first quarter. See if they can get their sea legs in the second. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They've got a 1st down here to open the period. He'll keep it himself. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
One of the things I like about this defense is their DBs are not afraid to put their face in the fan and go tackle. We saw it that time with the cornerback making a great play, tackling the quarterback on the option for a big loss.
The Buckeyes really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. And he loses the football on the return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground.
Returners don't get many shots, right? Like, they only get a few shots a game. They want to maximize it. You're not going to get any shots if you don't secure the football. Got to take care of the football, big fella.
Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. The sure hands. It's Cox. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. to the back. Makes it past the marker. And there they go again. Another huge gain on the ground.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
Well, the defense is fast. If you can hit that quarterback with his speed and force those incompletions, man, that is impressive.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. On the move, he fires. It's caught. But he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
Takes the handoff. It's Peoples. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now Offense comes out 1st and 10 from the 11. They're going to ride this running back. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15. The Buckeyes in the hurry up.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17. And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. First snap in this drive comes from their own 44. From the gun, give on the inside. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks it down.
They're going to keep feeding this guy the football, guys. Over 100 yards rushing with that last carry now. We knew coming into this game today, they had to get the running game going. They had to be able to turn around, hand it off, and get positive yards and set themselves up into manageable 3rd down situations. We've seen them at any area of the field so far in this one have success in their running game. They'll keep that up until this defense proves they can stop it.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the script. Almost a guaranteed 1st down on 2nd down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on 3rd down.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Just keep slinging it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Makes the quick grab. He's past the 30. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Fires to the big fella. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Handoff from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That play had zero shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
They run him out of bounds. He gets him to the 47.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback pulled up two and sacked at the 12. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Bruins now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to pass. It's Iamaleava. Throwing right. Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Bruins decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. First boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Running behind that left side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They're dealing with a second and long. Making side adjustments here. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got a man. It's Donaldson. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Makes a connection.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
That's caught. It's Smith. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you, I know they're losing the game. It's only the first half, but this offense, obviously, they've spent some time practicing 2-minute throughout the week. You can see they're really in rhythm. They're really in focus.
He's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
So nice to have the run game, so nice to trust in it, so nice to cut this game to a one-possession game. Halftime now becomes a lot more bearable. Coaches ain't yelling and screaming. We got to get this fixed, and we got some positive mojo on our side.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Flores. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Thomas. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Rolls it in. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. They'll immediately call timeout. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Trying to get the corner. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Bruins will kick it away to crank up the second half. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. He uncorks a bullet to the right. He's got it on the outside. He's loose. Touchdown, Ohio State. An epic comeback. They'll talk about this one forever if they can hold on, but they're on top right now. And the extra point is good, and they have a 28-24 lead.
This offense is high octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Flores. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Gonna run it. It's Thomas. Oh, better look out. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Caught behind the line. It's Robinson. At midfield, he's got room. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Breaks into the open. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And how about that for efficiency if you're on this offense right now? 3 plays, 3 first downs. They get that one running the football. Great vision and open field running ability. Everything they're doing right now is working. This play caller is in a rhythm.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Lets it fly. Intercepted for the 11th time.
QBs have to understand, when I'm throwing against zones, I got to manipulate guys with my eyes. I might have to look one direction to create an opening to throw that ball or zip that ball in. I got to use touch. It's really hard when all eyes are on me, and you could tell the quarterback was not ready and did not make a good throw.
Here's a hit. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And, man, you got to like the swarm of this defense. You've got to get in the backfield, make some penetration, and realize the first guy's not going to always get that big sucker on the ground. Like, he's a big, strong dude. He's breaking tackles, but still swarming to the football, and this defense still gets a tackle for a loss.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the third quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Thomas. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Guys in the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Caught near the sticks, it's Robinson. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Open space at the 25. Touchdown, UCLA! They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead. An impressive run from the back. Gets him 6 points, good drink of water, and maybe a little oxygen.
He definitely needs some oxygen after that long run, but it looks simple, right? Just hand the ball off, but when you can make big plays like this in the run game, man, does it make offense fun.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Hold and fire complete. Turning it on. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to
intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed.
was right. Because of that, I don't know if it affected the timing between him and his wide receiver. They just weren't on the same page on that one as the defense comes away with the INT.
UCLA will go back to work on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Going with the ground game left. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great play by the defense there, getting a tackle for loss. But on offense, your mindset has to be, we need to be the more physical team here in the second half. We've got the lead, third quarter. We want to run the ball. We've got to have more success getting our blocks and moving forward if we're going to win this game.
Scanning the field, it's Iamaleava. He's moving out of the pocket. Got his man downfield. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. They'll go to the ground. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Back to pass on second down. Looking for the score. Snag in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to the back. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Gonna swing it on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Tate. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Offense in a bunch formation. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wants to go up top. On the run, still looking. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Looking for the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, UCLA! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. So first down will open up the final period. Motion from the wideout. Might be calling a hot route. To the air. It's St. Clair. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Leaves it with the running back.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
To the air on first down. They're working that left side. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right there.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points.
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football, so he's going back. He's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Looking for a man. It's Iyamaleava. It's caught downfield. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got a lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Finds a tight end. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time. Blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside to hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free. And like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on. And I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
Trying to make magic with his feet. Did the work himself. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line in the hurry up. going to try to hit him over the top. Touchdown, Ohio State. And they add 6 more to the Morbidette trip to the house. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Looking for room. It's Woods. Oh, he's got some space. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
And the Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Tackled there by the defense. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bruins are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Unloads to the right. He's got it. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running back searching for a hole. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big game.
They'll give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Looking for space. It's Woods. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
I think if you're offense here, the game boils down to this one play on 3rd down with the lead late. If you get the first down, that's ball game. There's not enough time left for the defense to get it back and go march down the field. So let's dial up our best play offensively. Let's make sure our best players are touching the football.
To the air, it's Iamaleava. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys have got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man, but I got a pass rush like that.
That is no good. It's still a 3-point game after the miss.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
looking to throw on first down. Buying some time. He's going to take off. At the 45 on its way. What a way to pick up the first down. Get out of bounds. Stop the clock when you need to get into scoring position. I'm sure these guys on offense dreamed of this situation. Big stage, time winding down, desperately needing a score. Well, now they can make those dreams reality. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. It's now 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. They'll go with a direct snap. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense.
Headed to the end zone. And he's out of bounds just short of the goal line, but are they ever in business now?
And if this offense can keep that going, put together these first downs, like, listen, I love that he stepped out of bounds. I can continue to let that clock stay still, not be in a hurry, put some first downs together, and march down the field because we've got to get some points on this drive.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front, and good job being physical by that D-line, too.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
And, man, this thing looked like it was going the other way. How about this fourth quarter, man? What a swing of momentum. You throw up the goose egg, putting multiple touchdown drives together and taking the lead. What an exciting fourth quarter.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Flores. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Finds his tight end. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacting quickly. Offense uses a timeout, 17 seconds left on the clock. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking to pass, and they don't have a lot of time to work with. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, obviously here in the fourth quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on second down. We're expecting them to throw it here on third.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The offense lining up for a first down play. Last chance coming up. Makes the catch and steps out of bounds, but short of the first down marker.